Alright, welcome back to like
You might
another
want to move this kind
session
of dripping all over the place.
for Nightmare Paradise. Where last we left off, doing
Are you
combat,
sure?
Solverine getting a little
Okay.
bit more information,
I
Theramore
need a
also
fork.
getting a little bit more like information. Pretty much everybody getting like a little bit more information, and also kind
I'm
of
gonna have to.
knowing a little bit more about
How long did you
himself.
put the other ones in for?
They decide to go on a trip
How long did you put them in for?
to Solverine's hometown called Korea. Kind of giving out the map. Abercrombie kind of lays out like a little rough draft of a map, of a map out for you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, this will be starting in like the first day of the campfire, to where it's going to be the first watch. Already being called out and set. Solverine's taking the first watch. Falchion's taking the second, and Theramore is taking the third. Now, time to start it off for the campfire, as everybody is getting pretty much like their food, running into like the little books, to where Abercrombie looks at.
Want me to turn it on?
Kind of like opens up the book a little bit, and
we can do it when you get back to James.
Kind of like says out loud to not only everyone to address it out, but Abercrombie, like in the book, says to you, Theramore, Master Theramore, would it be alright if you give me to Solverine? To Master Solverine?
Alright. I'll just hand the book over.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it'll allow. So this here is the map. Yes.
Yeah, this is basically the rough draft of the map that I have laid out. We have to like explore a little bit more, but mainly I wanted to talk about you because kind of written in this book a little bit. Master Theramore kind of went into detail of what she saw, and whenever I was writing this down, she mentioned that it dealt to you. Because I still have it written down, it's kind of still in the draft. I was wondering, do you want me to not only edit to kind of your little area in the book, but is it also
possible? Can you put dryer sheets in though?
Is it also possible?
Okay.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, that's fine.
You kind of see him like flip over to like a lot of pages to where it has like your area pretty much written out for like your hometown and basically you, and starts scribbling out very fast to where you see the letters and the words and the whole entire like backstory starts popping up of like who you are, of what we already know of who you are. And as it like appears up, you see that he flips over to like another page, and he looks at you as soon as you are doing this, and the campfire's already set up, food has already been cooked, everybody's already ate, and they're going to sleep. Time to start the first watch, as you're kind of like writing and talking to Abercrombie. Time to start the first watch. Give me a perception check.
Alright. I was actually just gonna ask if we had rolled before the last session or not. I don't remember us doing that. So, okay.
No.
Perception. That is a 22.
Alright. On a 22, you are pretty much talking straight to Abercrombie and also kind of like keeping like a jarring like look out into the entire field. You don't get pretty much like anything hostile coming towards you. If anything, you are looking around, and you've been on journeys before, and kind of like in your memory, you don't remember being on like a pathway like this. Because if anything, you took a ferry to get where the middle like part of Tamriel is. Like you didn't take like you didn't like walk all the way or like in a caravan. You took a ferry here from Korea.
Yeah.
You are noticing pretty much like you guys aren't caught in the middle of like a wildland, but you are like kind of seeing like a few of the wildlife. You are seeing deer, you are seeing a few bears, like a few cubs run around. you are seeing a few bison as well. Pretty much just like nature all around, kind of roaming, waltzing around. Then you start to look even further while talking to Abercrombie and also like keeping out watch. You start to get a flash,
No, I have
like
not.
in your eye. Like you start getting like flashes of red in your eye. As you start getting like the like flashing in your eye, give me a. It's either I will say this is going to be your choice. Give me an insight or give me a history. No, hold on, not a history. Either a insight or give me a wisdom modifier slash check. Your choice.
Neither of them are good. I'll just roll. Let's see. 9 minus 1 is 8.
Ooh, okay. As you were like talking and writing in Abercrombie, as he starts floating, starts talking about like looking at the lands and also kind of getting intrigued, that red light flashes in your eyes and you start gripping your head ferociously like something struck you.
What is that?
Kind of looking at you. Are you alright, Master Salvarine?
I don't know what I just saw. It's like this like, this red light just kind of flashed in my eyes.
And as soon as like you keep talking, like another flash happens, and it's showing a message, kind of like repeating, and you are seeing kind of in like that dark crypt, to where like on that gurney stand where like a few flowers are wilting and falling off, and you are like reading that message. You stole something from me.
What? Who is this? Who are you?
And like more flashes to where like you're starting to grip your head a little bit more. Take 4 points of psychic damage.
Well, that's not cool.
And it like flashes repeatedly and starts saying, "You know who this is." And you kind of recall a little bit from like the last encounter of combat, and it's from what Kane mentioned to you. It says, "I know who you are, but you're not you."
Kind of shake my head a little bit and just, I don't know what to think. This isn't. No, this isn't. No. I am who I think I am. I am me. What?
I would say at this moment you kind of do start getting up a little bit, kind of walking around, as Abercrombie is like kind of floating with you as you are doing this, and you start to feel like phantom pain from your metal arm burning as such on that metal arm. And kind of like feeling all around in the wilderness, like you're not going far from the light, but you kind of look deadlock into the woodlands. Give me a perception.
Alright. Still not gonna be too great. That is a 12.
Okay. You are looking in that forest where you kind of see red lights are starting to like flare from the dark center of where the forest line ends. So where like you do have dark vision, considering the fact of like who you are, like you're half a lineage between the shifter and the elf. Like you do have like that dark vision, and you're looking in that forest where you can see there is a form of light from not only the moonlight itself, but like a little bit of fireflies. Looking in there, it's dark, and it looks so dark to where you see tint of red, like a small tint of red.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to go towards, or do you wish to glance from afar?
I kind of want to go towards it, but I kind of want to just keep watching it a little bit. As far as I know, I'm nowhere close to where I think I am. So, I mean, but I guess the feeling of homesickness would kind of drive me to go look.
I would say.
I don't know.
I would say. Give me a d6 roll on this. And it's kind of like a form of you playing off your emotions. If it's 1, 2, or 3, you stay where you are. But if it's 4, 5, 6, this part of you just jolts into that forest.
I go towards it. I rolled a 6.
You are like, something in your body is telling you, I shouldn't go there, but something familiar is there, and it just moves your body in a way that you are kind of like disconnected from reality. And as you walk towards that forest with like the blinding red lights, you are kind of like hearing Abercrombie's voice saying in the book, Master Sovereign, and it starts to like mumble and fade.
Keep going. I don't say nothing, I just keep going.
You start walking deep into that forest line to where those red lights are not only getting more visible, but getting more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You are seeing what looks to be like a piece of light diminishing out, flickering back and forth, like false candlelight, like an already built like forensic light. It's just flashing repeatedly on and on, to where like that red light is dimming until it just goes blank, to where you're just in the black darkness of the forest, to where you were just standing in the middle, seeing nothing, and then that red light flares straight up, and it's looking directly in your path, and it's repeating those words that you heard from Cain. I know you. I knew you. But you're not you.
What?
And
shake my head again, but I can't help it, I just keep walking.
as you keep walking, you start to see that red tint get brighter and brighter, to where it's not just like regular red light, it starts lighting up into flame, to where going into like that forest deep, you are being overwhelmed by a lot of flame, kind of like a berry in a way. You are just like being overwhelmed in this barrier, to where like every single time that you cough, it's like a reverse of where if you're in like the snow or something cold, your breath shows. Instead of it being like a cool looking light, it's smoke coming from your throat, firing out of your throat, out of your mouth as you keep coughing. And as you're breathing through, instead of shivering of cold, you are pretty much burning up, to where you see your metal arm starts to glow in that light, kind of burning up, heating up, to like you feel like a slight shock in your shoulder, and also kind of feel pain of like you have your real arm.
Kind of let the pain kind of keep going, but it's like a memory almost. It's nostalgic, I just let it happen.
As you're pretty much letting this happen, give me a Constitution save.
Should be plus. making sure.
No, Busy Bob.
27.
Yeah? I'm going to kill you.
I'm gonna kill you. What?
Walk into my dad. No. Midnight, get away from my food.
As you are just being like overcaught in this, kind of like keeping your breathing to where like you don't like spiral out of control, like you don't like get the cough or like choke on it. You are breathing through, and as soon as like you start to breathe through, your legs start to give out as you're like forced to one knee.
Oh boy.
And
I don't say oh boy, you know, but that's just Michael being Michael.
you are holding on to like your metal arm, like you're letting that pain course through, but something just feels off to where you're feeling more pain than you did. To where like you kind of see like your other arm start to flare up and you are feeling like your tendons being burned, fingers, digits, everything is being burned on that arm. And you're just like holding on to where you kind of see a bit of your flesh starts to rip through and start melting off.
I don't like the look of that.
You were holding on.
I don't remember seeing that.
You were holding on to something and like shutting up. I don't remember this. I don't remember that. You are feeling something being coaxed and like burn straight through, and you're hearing like that muffled speech. What is your passive perception?
It should be, I believe, a 12. No, 13.
As that you were hearing, you were just hearing the words, "Stop. He's been through enough. Let him go. Let him go."
That's not me saying that, though. It sounds like me, but it's not.
And like you were feeling like everything burned to a crisp, you were noticing that your bone is starting to show on your hand and on your middle arm. You're seeing what looks to be life fibers. To where every single time like it connects, that metal starts to being like ripped off and a little bit melted on.
Don't you growl at me.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're being like pulled straight through, you start hearing like that muffled speech again. Master Solverine, to where a little bit of like a snap coaxes through your eyes. You kind of like wake up, jolt, look around, and you are sitting right in front of the campfire.
You're my 13th reason.
What? Ah!
Kind of like looking at you, Abercrombie, confused. Are you alright?
Honestly, no.
Well, what did you see? I mean, I can help, if anything. If it's fine.
It's honestly not fine, and I don't think I'm going to share it.
You kind of see Abercrombie looks at you a little bit, because he does have like a passive insight ability and identification. He's looking at you. That's fine. Actually, that's fine. I will not pressure you. You will talk whenever you want to, and you will write in the book whenever you want to. I'm not going to force you.
I appreciate that. But let's just say, I think we're on the right track.
Kind of like starts jotting down even more. And as you are looking on throughout your night, it goes pretty much uneventful as before what you saw, but physical events, nothing has encumbered you. About 4 hours go by to where you go to wake up Falchion for his watch.
Oh yeah.
Kind of see Solvain walks over to you, Falchion kind of shakes you to wake you up. Time. It's your turn.
Well, I suppose I'll just... First, I'm looking at Sovereign, I'm like, dude, you look like you've seen a ghost.
You're not far off.
Ah, what did you see?
I'll tell you later, but for now, I have to go to sleep. So you're up for watch. Have a good night.
I'm just kind of like side-eyeing him as he walks away. I'm like, okay. Alright, man.
If you're worried about it killing you, it didn't kill me. So you should be
You're
fine.
making it sound like there's something out there.
I just... Good night.
Hey. Hey! Hey, Sovereign, get back! Dang it! I just sigh. Like, well... Surely it can't be that bad. And I just post up, start looking.
As you head to sleep, Solvain, you see Abercrombie floats over straight to Falchion, as he's gonna look at you, Falchion, Abercrombie, and starts flipping over into the book to where it's your page.
Oh hey, it's Abercrombie. What are you doing over here?
I asked permission from Theramore to write pretty much anything in the book about you guys. Not only just her, not only just Kino. He also finally wrote his name in the book, which is pretty good. And also Torvald, pretty much logging who you guys are. I'm trying to get to know everybody better. I mean, you gave me an avid description of who you are and where you're from here on Tamriel, but I want to learn a little bit more. I want to learn a little bit more because it kind of helps me as well. I get my memories
you
back.
Learn more about me?
Yeah, if that's fine.
I mean, sure, go for it. What do you want to know?
I want to know how much exactly. Well, not like how much exactly. What like, where are you from?
What am I from?
Yeah.
Well, not Denali, but the other place. I can't quite remember. Tamriel.
Well, we're on Tamriel. We're on Tamriel.
Yeah. There's a village. Well, there was a village somewhere in the mountains. And that's where I was from. There's a lot of other members of my kind. They aren't there anymore.
Kind of like writes a little bit in the book for you to see because he doesn't like to do it. He doesn't like to do it in private. He likes to like write with the person in the book.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, forget it. What am I doing? I'm talking to a freaking book.
A sentient book that has feelings in the mind.
Don't upset my book.
You're not there.
That was back to saying don't upset my book. Bitch.
Again, you're not there.
But you
Anyway.
do, as you are saying that, like, I'm talking to a book, and he retorts back. You are pretty much just like listening out a little bit. For your choice, insight or perception?
Let's go with perception. My perception is better. Rolling that. That is. Oh, that's a 2 on the dice for a 9.
Why do we let Falcon do things again?
I don't even think this is meant for me to be doing something. I think I just rolled the dice poorly.
You are pretty much scoured,
And
like,
I just
scouring
clicked on the
out.
computer.
You're just like scouring out, like looking and talking to Abercrombie as he's like trying to like get a little bit more out. And he did say he's going to respect your wishes of you not telling exactly what he wants. He starts to like scroll over like to the map and just like tries to pinpoint and try to guess where you're from. As he's doing that, you kind of like get like a premonition, like deja vu. Not more like you've been here before, but someone might be near.
I immediately start whipping around like, who's there?
And as
I don't like this one bit.
you say who's there, you kind of like get like a chittering in your head, kind of like mocking like a bramble of your words, and says, "Who's there?"
I just stifle a laugh. Like, oh, that's funny. That's the best that it can throw at me, huh? Must think I'm crazy.
More crazy than you think.
Let's turn. Never ever turn. Any corruption.
At this point, I'm just like, bruh.
Never. This is whenever I turn.
Kind of like listening
At
onto
this
the
point, I'm just like, bruh.
kind of like hearing the voice a little bit more. Don't think you're really crazy until you know what you did. You know what you did to us.
Us. Who's us? Who's speaking?
Kind of like hearing it like flutter out. You see a wing drop right in front of you. And kind of like scanning at the wing a little bit with your passive perception. It looks like it's your wing. A version of your wing.
My wing. What is this?
Kind of like hearing out a little bit.
What's going on?
Trust me,
I've never seen so many of these.
You-
I've
you know what you did,
never seen that.
baby brother.
Ridiculous.
You know exactly what you did. Kind of like seeing in a distance like a little bit of a trail of your feathers. Someone's feathers.
Yeah.
A lookalike's feathers. Kind of like looking on a little bit more with your passive. What is your passive, by the way?
That's a perception or investigation?
Your-
His perception's a 17. They're actually
Yes.
both the same.
For your perception, your passive perception.
Yeah, they're both the same. 17.
What you are pretty much seeing, like, leading onto that trail, you do walk to the trail, right? Or do you just, like, scan out your horizons before walking?
So it's either here or yours.
I would say, like, of your choice, do you want to scan your horizons before walking, or do you walk the trail of the feathers that you see look like yours?
Put two more back. You gonna say that? Why are you gonna say that? I get a hard reply. What does it say? Whenever you return any corruption, you can return another corruption.
I will say, since this is pretty much your curiosity of whose this is, you would be walking like that trail of the feathers that look like yours. And I would say, kind of like looking up, you kind of see in a very, very big, tall tree, you are noticing that there are figures kind of hanging up, pretty much birds of a prey, hanging up
no.
on every single branch. And getting caught of that light, you are seeing what looks to be a pale blue light of like set of eyes looking at you as it's kind of like repeating in the fold. You know what you did, baby brother. You know what you did.
There's only one person who can call me that, who's ever called me that. But he's dead.
Kind of like feeling in the crowd, you notice like a flock of feathers hit the ground at once, and they look like your feathers, but they're stained with blood.
I just kind of shudder. I don't like this.
You kind of like move back a little bit, kind of like holding your gaze, still like making sure nothing crosses you. You would have your weapon drawn at this time, like hold right behind your back.
Oh, most definitely.
And you kind of like just see that flock start dispersing out, creeping around like the nether realm of trees, kind of like spent around where like it's kind of revolved in a circle to where you're standing in like the middle of the basin, and you kind of see like flock around of feathers on the ground, still drenched in that same blood, and you see a figure standing into the shadow, still with like those like pale gray blue eyes looking at you in like in a storefront.
I don't like this.
You seriously don't recognize me, baby brother? Come on. You know you do.
There's no way that can be you. You're dead. I saw your dead body. They killed you.
Did they? Oh, did they? You still don't even remember. Kind of like gazing in that shadow, kind of like convulsing, feeling pain upon pain. You are noticing in that silhouette by the way that they're moving. I would say give me an insight.
Let me roll that real quick. Okay, that's a 23. A lot better than what I had before.
You are noticing like how like the way that this silhouette is moving, if the way like the movement of the body could be expressed without the way of dance, because he isn't like, I would say like the silhouette, he isn't dancing. In fact, it's kind of like convulsing in a way to where like his pain is not only singing out but being spelt out, to where not only is this body dying, or like this body is kind of releasing what once was this
Oh, are you trying to say it's like reanimated?
It's kind of reanimating in a way, kind of
Like whatever that thing is, it's definitely beyond life.
it's cultivating, it's making a new flesh.
You're not my brother. There's no way. What have they done to your body? They've defiled you.
No, baby brother. You see, that's where you come in. Come on. And kind of like,
What do you expect me to do? I couldn't do anything.
you had every image hits straight at the basin of the tree, to where you notice that flock move around and starts dispersing, kind of like wrapping around you in flight of different bird, kind of going forward, making like a giant shadow, to where you are looking around You are seeing not a murder, even though murder is the correct term. You are seeing a massacre of crows and ravens start dispersing around you, entangling you into an entire shadow, kind of like reaching out in that web to where you kind of see those storm blue gray eyes, kind of like reaching out, convolting.
I've kind of realized at this point, I think it's safe to say that Falchion understands whatever in that creature is left of his brother has already died and is gone. This thing is just a figment of fear.
Kind of looking at you in a way. You know that they didn't do this. You know that they can't do this. Do
And
what you do. What
why
you
don't you
want
just
to
let this world go?
do. Let the world go. Let the world go. Is that who you're blaming now? First,
No. What I'm saying is you should have just stayed in the dirt where your body belonged.
no, baby brother. No, baby brother.
Quit calling me baby brother.
Oh.
I don't have an older brother anymore.
And
And you'll never be him.
as soon as you say that, you see a full flight jolts straight through you and like grabs you and pins you straight to the ground, looking deadlocked
Thank
into
you.
his face, still coated in that blood. You are noticing not a destroyed flesh, not something reanimating or making something new. You are seeing in full grimy flesh in pain is your brother, and looks at you.
Falchion just shakes his head. Like he's dealing with some stuff right now. He's just shaking his head like, you're dead. I know you're dead.
Looks at you in those blue gray eyes. No, baby brother. I'm reborn. New. And more angry. To where as soon as like that talon from his leg and you see what looks to be the feathers quilled are now sharpened. Go
I'm gonna try to fight back.
Go ahead and actually try. Give me this is gonna be a strength.
Gotcha. Just a straight strength, or is it a strength save?
Straight strength check.
Gotcha. It's an 8.
As you go to like defend yourself to where you hear like your bone snap and crack to where his talon and a bit of his sharpened fur go straight for your throat, closing in to where you jolt up into like your little day walk to where you see Abercrombie is looking directly at you, kind of like still calling your name. Master Falchion!
Yeah. I get it.
Kind of looking at you immediately as you're looking at your
It's like,
surroundings.
I'm the reason. I'm the reason. I'm the one to blame. I know it. I
Kind of
know
looking at
it's
you.
with my fault.
Master Falchion, calm down. Calm down.
Why is that a calm down? Don't tell me to calm down. I am calm. I am calm.
Looking at you. But who were you talking to?
My bro, he's there. He
You notice.
he was there.
You notice this whole entire time you have not moved from the campfire.
He's okay. Talking book. I am not crazy.
No.
I am not crazy.
No, you're definitely not crazy if Salvarine had something like that.
Take this turn.
Okay.
Take deep breath. take like a few 3 deep breaths. Are you sure that you didn't see anything else besides your brother? From what I've gathered, what you've been saying? Are you sure there's nothing else that you've definitely seen? Like, nothing else? Or
I
anything that you
saw.
want to stop?
Oh goodness! I swear he was there. The flock was there. Well, what was left of them? They're angry. I know. I know why I failed them.
I was gonna ask.
I was supposed to protect them, and I didn't.
Right, I like it too. Sure.
Kind of looking at you, Abercrombie looks at you and says, "Do you want me to add this to your story? Or keep this hidden from everybody else? Because I have the ability to."
Don't write that down. I want to forget about it.
If you want, I'll write it down in the book.
I'll never.
Kind of looking. I will write it down.
You
in the
can
book,
write it down. You
but
can't. But don't share that. Here's the deal, Abercrombie. You can write this too. Falchion no longer wants to be held back by his past failures, because if I only see myself as a failure who couldn't protect his village, how can I ever get better?
He looks, writes down everything that you said to a T, and writes down what you've mentioned before, and looks. Do you want me to keep all this hidden from everybody else, or keep it there permanently?
You can keep the part where I said that I'm gonna get better, but everything else, hide it.
Kind of looks, says, and starts writing it triple, to where you notice that one part of your book stays where you want it, but everything else is written out plain and simple. The thing that you want to keep hidden is only for your eyes and Abercrombie's, but what you can tell, and from what Abercrombie signs repeatedly and puts an incantation, disappears, and the light from what you can see and what he can see is visible to you and you only. And looks and says, "Do you want a password to go with it for if you want this to be revealed? One of us has to say the password, but it has to be like not broken. It has to be pure out of our voices. Or do you just want to keep it how it is now until you're ready to open up?"
When I'm ready, you'll know. But now is not the time.
All right. Writes in a little bit, writes in a little bit more, and jolts in everything that you did see. Kind of keeps it straight out, fleshed out. Asks you if he has to critique everything, and starts writing down even more information to where your shift ends. You go over to Theramore, kind of waking her out of her elven sleep.
That's just one.
And
No.
let her let her get ready for her shift. Where as soon as you go to wake Theramore out of her sleep, Theramore, Falchion kind of bumps you twice and says, "All right, it's time for your shift."
Yeah, I'm just tag out. Tag out. Like I'm tapping out.
She looks at you and says, "All right, are you okay?"
Insulted him.
I
Or
am definitely not okay, but we'll talk about that some other time.
finally,
I mean, I just kind of try to laugh it off. You know, I've always not been well in the head. Yeah.
okay, I kind of know we have our little rivalry thing going on, but you do know you can talk to me, right? Even if we're butting heads, you know you can still talk to me, right?
I say, I know that, just not right now.
Okay.
I need to rest my head.
Water under the bridge.
I've got a terrible headache.
Do try to get some sleep, though. Even on worst rivals, I don't want you to get hurt or lose sleep. Like, get some sleep.
They just kind of brush past, walk, and then as I'm about to round the corner, I just turn around and just go, "Hey, be careful out there. You might see some things." And thank you. And then I go off to sleep.
Kind of just looks at you in like a very not a very sarcastic tone, but kind of worried in a way, but not showing it. Kind of just like nods her head at you.
Like a mutual respect.
Funny, Becca.
Kiki.
Don't tell me I'm out of lead. Yeah, there we go, baby.
Let's go.
All right. You time for a Theramore's day shift to where Abercrombie floats back over to fuck.
Who?
Abercrombie floats back over. My lead broke on my foot. Fuck. Floats back over to you, Theramore. Yeah. The little Abercrombie like floats over back to like towards you. Kind of like just like scratches his head inside the book as he's writing. Starts to flip over pages into the into like your side of the book. Don't worry about me, even though we're still kind of like role playing at the moment. We are. I'm looking for a lead capsule. But I have to switch pencils.
It'd be like that, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to find a lead capsule for a for an artist. But shit. But we are going to start it off to where Abercrombie.
Okay.
Abercrombie does start talking to you, kind of like mentioning how Solverine and Falchion have seen weird things, and Falchion has mentioned like he did say there was something very dangerous and something weird happening out.
Alright, I'll keep note of that then.
As you do sit down, it's pretty much like your standard talk that you give Abercrombie, pretty much like writing in constantly, kind of like journaling on like what you mentioned today, but you kind of like look at that name being said in Sylvan and like the Sylvan Elvish tongue of the name Elans, like seeing the name Elans repeatedly, and still kind of thinking, I'm like, why is Solverine called Elans in a way? Because you've heard names like constantly, like people being named after weapons isn't uncommon. It's common enough, but it depends on like the type of person that they are. But Elans is kind of like sticking in your head repeatedly.
Oh no!
Kind of like feeling that flee
Maybe
into
that
your head.
bone that's right by your foot.
Kind of like hearing the name repeatedly.
There's a bone.
I would say
Oh.
roll a. You'd be rolling a memory check. I'll roll for you.
I got shit right here, dude.
Oh, really? Roll a memory then.
Yeah, I got. Just because I'm downstairs doesn't mean I don't have shit.
You usually don't.
Fuck off.
Hey, you can't get mad at me, Derry.
Alright, is it a wisdom plus proficiency?
Yeah, that's what the memory check is. A wisdom plus proficiency.
I always forget this. Don't mind me.
Like your hand.
Ooh, a 25. 25.
Pretty much what you can remember, and especially to your father, that you really don't want to remember. He kind of did help you in this case.
What's that? Father?
The main reason why, like, only, like,
Oh, whatever do you mean?
specific
That's it.
specific names have a purpose is pretty much why, like, he was given a name like this. And from what Nigel has told you, Nigel being your father, mentioned, like, and kind of like you kind of hear his voice even though you don't want to. It's mentioned, like, well, then the reason why you have your name, not only just to be in spite of what my father's fathers and fathers before that, it's to give a purpose into the life. Whether you are born with magic, martial ability with said magic, or in stars forbid, you being given the right of godly magic. It's pretty much a principle. If anything, it's what predictions be said of a prophecy. If you are named after pretty much, I don't know, a weapon, a star, a specific element, you have pretty much a destiny predicted and laid out for you ahead of you. So in a way, even though we're giving you a very, I don't know, what do you kids say these years, a very wacky name, it's mainly because we're not trying to force a lineage on you, even though it does kind of help in certain cases. We are pretty much making sure you get the best of the best. A powerful name gives you power. As like that little like god awful chuckle is like repeating in your head, to where you kind of get disgust out of nowhere.
It's
So-
like, bro, shut up, bro.
So like in a way,
I think Falcon's saying it.
yeah.
Fuck Falcon.
In his dream.
So shut up.
I still have not speaking to Falcon. I'm gonna pause my character sheet.
Falcon, meanwhile, just like, what did I do?
What did I
You
do?
know
What
what
did I
you
do?
He knows.
You gave me a
What
heart
I do,
attack.
think, what I do.
He doesn't know.
He's kind of looking. You gave me a heart attack for no reason. That's why.
Oh,
As you are pretty much talking to Abercrombie and still kind of like piecing out what they've been calling Sovereign, I need you, Becca, to give me 2 rolls.
Oh, fuck. Okay, what are they?
You need to give me a perception first, and give me a charisma saving throw with advantage.
Okay, so perception's a 24. The charisma saving throw.
Yes, ma'am.
Advantage. 19.
You're pretty much looking
I rolled a
out.
10 and an 11, so.
Goddamn. You are pretty much looking out for what Falchion has mentioned, that there's something like crazy out here, and you kind of like get that feeling with like your elven nature, and like mainly like not just your elven nature, like your Eladrin nature, kicking into her. Like, he is right. Something is out here. Nothing. It doesn't feel good, but something is out
So it
here.
doesn't feel bad either.
It doesn't feel bad depending on what you're looking out for the most. So if anything, it's pretty much good and bad out here that you're feeling from this.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm looking out for.
Oh, most definitely.
So I'm not getting a bad feeling is what you're saying.
You're not getting a bad feeling. You're definitely not getting a good one either.
Okay. I just need to know it's not.
It's enough to where you start hearing a rustle and your sight jolts over immediately, because I would say you like are like thinking this the most. So like you kind of like have to like float magic your glasses like off your face a little bit, kind of rubbing your eyes and like rubbing your temple to where you kind of hear that rustle, to where you like grab your glasses, snap back, and look at that direction. You are
Snap back to reality.
you are
Don't
pretty
pick up
much.
gravity.
Nah, fuck all y'all.
Just kidding. I love you guys. What?
Haters gonna hate.
You are pretty much like doing like you're hearing the rustle and the leaves and like a little bit in like the treetops, to where like you kind of feel that rustle and you are hearing someone or something is out there.
Queen, you smart bastard.
Kind of like hearing like another rustle. You kind of just like see someone jump out, ah! Poof! And like slam face first straight to the ground.
Chromatic orb. Like,
Oh shit! As that happens, roll the hit. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Just help me, chromatic orb. Boom.
let me roll that thing. So I think it's probably hit.
Oh Jesus Christ, Becca! Yeah, a 22 hits. To where as soon as you do that,
Actually,
what element are you using?
I'm
Your
using
mom,
fire. I think it's a D10 for the damage. I'm not 100%. I don't have my book down here with me.
Hold
Let
on.
me look at it.
I don't know. I got you. But what element are you using for chromatic orb?
Fire.
You're using fire. Okay,
Yes.
so it's gonna be half. I will tell you that though. Chromatic orb is a 3d8, so it's gonna be half.
Oh, 3D. I was gonna roll less damage to myself. Okay. Alright, 12, so half to 6.
Okay, half to 6, to where like you kind of see like that person, like fall straight out, like whoa shit, ah! And slam down, and like your fear jump up as you kind of like levitate Abercrombie up and shoot out a chromatic orb. You kind of see her, wait! To where like you set aflame this person as you're kind of just like beating off the flames of the jacket. Are you crazy?
Yes, actually.
Actually, yes.
Kind of like looking at you, jolting up. Are you crazy? There's so much flames. Kind of like looking at you as you're jolting up, like just like looking at you very confused. What you are seeing, this is a humanoid female. This is a female immediately.
A humanoid.
You are noticing you're noticing that half our legs are kind of canine-like. Like kind of like female canine-like. She has a very smoky tail. The rest of her is like pure like human look-alike, if anything. When you're noticing that she has kind of like a foxtail and like kind of like hindered like fox-like legs, kind of like dusting off. She's kind of wearing like a little like smock skirt, kind of like showing off like a little bit of her hip. She has like tight like skin tight leather shorts under there, kind of like they're like beach band shorts. Kind of wearing like a few like bottles on her hip, with like a little short jacket. Her hair kind of like tied up to the side, with like a little like muzzle nose, like not like a muzzle, but human face, kind of like fox like nose, kind of looking at you, taking off the flames of her whole entire body. Kind of looking like, "Hey, are you crazy? Ah, there's still so many flames!" And she kind of like starts running around in a circle. Ah, tail, water, and she kind of looks over like a bucket of water on your guys' campsite and kind of like dips her tail in there. Ah,
No one ever told you not to sneak up on people?
jeez. And you kind of like look at her a little bit more. Becca, Theramore, she looks very, very familiar.
Where do I know?
Kind of like looking at you and me like, she looks very, very familiar. The tail immediately like catches you off because you've never seen anyone that's not elven in your place before. They accept Fae kind because looking at her, she is indeed Fae kind, but she's just not like pointy ear Fae.
Who is this?
It's not only just someone you kind of became friends with. Give me a history check.
Okay. Oh, you know, to be fair, she had it coming. She snuck up on us while we were sleeping. History. Where are you at? Hey, it is thing.
No fair. We got nightmare fuel, and she gets.
Blame her rolls, man. Blame her rolls. Becca, what did you roll?
Dude, my lowest is a 24. My lowest is a +6, dude. That's the lowest thing I add on most of my stats.
Okay, so on a 20, you said 24 or 22?
4.
Oh, 24. Okay, on a 24,
Lego, she wants to be left alone.
you are noticing that this fox hunt, this is what the name of like the little race. I'm going to think of a better name, but you see this fox hunt. You recognize her. This is indeed Morrison. This is Morrison Cade. Morrison is pretty much like she didn't become like a guard just for like the money or like on hire or anything. She was like a friend with you first for a while until your father was like, you know what? If she wants to be around you even more, how about we just make her a guard? It'd just be better that way. She would have to wear the suit, but like, and you noticing she's not wearing the suit that you would normally wear if you were a guard from where you are. She's wearing like more regular clothes than usual. You recognize her immediately, like voice, everything, her mannerisms, and just kind of looks.
You don't sneak up on people that are sleeping. Darling, I love you. I do. But what the hell are you doing?
Well, and she kind of like does like a little like finger like poke together. Well, so you know how Nigel is.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And he tends to send you like notes and everything, like letters and everything, right?
Possibly. There's a couple I've gotten lost that I probably haven't received.
So he pretty much sent me here to come get you back.
Yeah, I ain't leaving.
You know I don't like to do this. I mean, confrontation. I mean, being up close and personal is kind of different than confrontation, but I'm more like a like a little bit like farther away range. And you kind of remember she's an architect as well, but she mainly focuses on magical potions. I'm much more of like like the whole entire like she pulls like the jars from her hip that are like radiating in different like arcana points. I'm more of like the like heavy duty bomb stuff. Because like I kind of like, and she's starting to like ramble off like how Lily reminds you of how she keeps like rambling off a lot. You know,
Yeah, but the thing is I'm in the middle of something that I can't just leave in.
okay, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Thea. How am I supposed to tell him that? Just speaking hypothetically, how am I supposed to tell your father that?
That's for you to figure out.
Okay,
Girl, you don't make this easy.
you're really not making this easy on me. Look, you know me. I am sometimes stoic. I am sometimes this. I'm sometimes sleepy. I'm sometimes angry. And I kind of didn't get sleep, so that's the reason why I fell out of the bush and tree and hit every thing that hurts.
Come get some rest by the fire.
That would be that'd be very nice. We're still gonna talk about this, but this is very very nice. I kind of need this. Quick question: where should I put
Nothing to
these?
talk about.
Yeah, like she kind of like where should I put these? And
What?
like she holds out like her hip, like ringing like the bombs that she has attached to her hip. Where do I put these? Because they are very very not fireproof.
But away from the flame.
Do you have like a little like place you like I don't know like a little cubby or anything? I'll just put them somewhere. And she kind of
We've
just like
just been kind of sitting our bags all the way down there.
you kind of just like see her walk like away from like the campfire and like just kind of like sets him over to the ground and kind of just like looks.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna get like a little bit more sleep because I had like a good like kind of looks up into the sky. It's really hard to tell if it's like day or night over here.
Yeah, we only have moons here. It is nighttime. But
But
also, oh shit.
kind of like looking on like we are you gotta see her yawn. I'm really sleepy. Good night. And she kind of just like tips over,
family.
kind of like
Sorry.
leans back a little bit. We're gonna talk about this as soon as I get up. That is a very, very pretty ducky, and just like slaps it straight onto the ground.
Oh, alright.
You pretty much know like of Morrison on how she is. Morrison is she's serious when she wants to be and like a little bit like outgoing and like funnish in a way. But her being like this means that she has to be very, very tired.
You just get some sleep.
So look, hi,
You talk to midnight. You talk to
I will. It's just not over with you. You start hearing her snore Immediately.
Okay. I go back to where I was sitting.
And as soon as you like question, Becca, do you want to test this out? Your little
Let's pull it
ability?
out.
Your little ability that you have?
She doesn't even know she has it.
Pretty much, like, I did mention if you go to, like, because, like, will you actually, like, walk over and make sure everybody is fine before you head back, or do you just want to head back to the campfire? Because, like, it's your choice.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure everyone's all right before heading back to where she's closed up at.
Pretty much being, like, set out to wash. Everybody seems fine, but I got a question. Do you touch anybody on the shoulder?
Probably just Solverine.
You
That's the only one that she's close enough to want to just like pat on the back.
you go to like pat him on the back to where you do kind of like see a flash. Don't worry about the roll. Don't worry about the roll. I would say this is you kind of like nurturing in a way. Feel like you gotta like pat him on the back. You get like a gaze into like what he saw. You are seeing like flashed of text of like of speaking like stuff like someone speaking without even like uttering like any facial like movement. You were seeing a lot of red lights and you were seeing a lot of flames. And as soon as you do like gonna pet him, I would say Solverine like twitches a little bit, not out of like fear of like being like of anybody touching him, but kind of like jolts a little bit as he's kind of murmuring, "I am
She
me."
kind of pulls her hand away. I don't want to wake him up.
But you do kind of like get like a little bit of like that vision.
She kind of like looks at him like that. A little odd. And goes back to her pose.
You are scanning further into everything, kind of looking, still talking to Abercrombie, and you start
Oh, and,
feeling
she's probably
something.
ran all of her information down in like the like a very hidden part of the book. Like he probably knows her whole spiel.
Oh, definitely.
She's written that in like some hidden part of the book where nobody will find it.
Like, oh, definitely. Well, you are basically like writing down everything, and you kind of feel something cold, like hit your spine.
What are you doing? I just want to go back to sleep.
Like, Theramore, you feel something cold hit your spine, and kind of like something wet and slimy, like falls down on your shoulder and kind of like wraps on your arm. And you kind of feel like someone's here. Someone's definitely here. Something feels off.
You say this to me?
Oh yeah, to you, Becca. Something feels way off.
Hmm. Can I roll a perception check or investigation? I don't know which one it would be.
I would say investigation.
Investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's bad. It's a 13. I rolled a 7. Plus 6.
She rolls low. Let's go.
Whoa!
13's still pretty decent.
I'm kidding.
Still decent, just not very high.
I'm kidding. I'm just an asshole. You are you are you're getting a feeling that two people are being watched. One person is definitely being watched. And you kind of don't. You think it's you, but it's someone else.
I'm going to have a fireball ready in case somebody comes out.
As you are sleeping at the moment, Sovereign, in like your little mind of your space, you kind of like feel in a way, even though like you are sleeping, you are feeling something cold nearby. Something extremely cold nearby.
Okay, if
What?
somebody, if soon as they show themselves, they're getting a fourth level fireball to the face.
I thought that there was. I thought that there was a fire. What happened to the fire?
Kind of like feeling on to where you notice kind of like feeling something a little bit more cold, and you kind of hear something go like starts like whipping out, which sounds like waves of whips like in the air, not cracking, but kind of like and something like move out slimy into the air to where you notice out of like a reaction as something coming out, Theramore shoots out a fireball in that direction.
Midnight.
To where you notice a wave of flames shoot up in strands of what looks to be very, very thin strings are like flying out and lands straight into the ground, kind of cupping where you guys are. Pure strands are like laid out, kind of surrounding to where you are Theramore and where you are Sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as like the flame like shoots out, Sovereign, I would say that does kind of wake you up. It wakes up Yukino and it wakes up
Ah!
Falchion as well.
I think we got company, y'all.
Hearing this out, Kino, Casey, I need you to roll me a perception as you start to wake up.
You said perception?
Yeah, perception.
Alrighty, I don't do good on those normally. Alright, dice, don't screw me. New Assassin's Creed dice. Don't screw me. Don't screw me. Blowing good luck.
Don't fuck
Oh
me,
god,
no.
no.
What'd you roll?
I don't want to talk about it, you already know.
What'd you roll,
It's
Casey?
a one. It's a one, isn't it?
A natty 1.
Your dice has two sides, 20 and 1.
You shut up.
You don't notice as you start to get up and you feel like you can't move whatsoever at all. And what kind of like stings your back as you start to like, as you want to get up, as you're kind of like halfway getting up, something causes you to be like kind of stuck in a way. And you're noticing that there are strands of like these thin strings on the ground around you.
And you said I can't move at all?
You can move, but it feels like something that doesn't want to
Yeah.
make you move.
Do I have my revolver in its holster by any chance?
I would say you would have it in its holster.
I'm gonna do something really stupid. Okay, okay. So, me being me, I'm gonna shoot myself in my leg to get me, like, to get my body to jolt up.
Alright,
I'm gonna shoot
Wait,
myself.
what?
roll to hit.
I'm rolling to hit myself. Wait, do we heal from last time, by the way? Because I'm like at I'm
yeah,
curious. Did we...
you should be healed. Yeah, you should be healed. I would say at this time, all of you
So we
should be.
have done like a whole full
Yeah.
rest.
All of you should be at a long rest.
Way long.
Okay. I was just asking because like I didn't update my sheet at all from last time, so I need to like give me 1 second. I need, like,
Except for me, because I kind of took 4 points of damage
Wait, why?
You have the worst luck.
during my watch.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, why did I choose a revolver? This ain't no damage. Wait, do I have to still roll at disadvantage because it's close range?
This is yourself, so no.
Okay. Also, I did take a feat for gunslinger, so I no longer have the disadvantage with close range. Just wanted to FYI.
Alright.
I did that last level up.
It like I will say it's perfectly fine. Like when you have the feat either way, like even if you didn't have the feat, it wouldn't be a disadvantage, I'll tell you that. But if you were close up to an enemy, it would be a disadvantage. But if it's yourself, no.
Right. Alright, my armor. Of course I hate myself.
You rolled a natural 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh boy.
well, one, it doesn't jam, and two, what is the max damage on your? What is the max damage of a revolver? Is it 2d6 or 2d8?
It's 2d8.
It's 2d8, so 16 plus 16. No, 16 times 2. 20. God damn it, not good at math. 32? Yeah, 32. Take 32 points of piercing as you shoot a giant hole into your thigh.
Yeah. I did it. Did my plan work though?
You are like jolted out of like this like small little like paralysis, and like you just jump straight out of the ground, not only screaming in both pain, but out of waking up in a way.
Oh, Kino, what the heck?
That-
You just shoot yourself.
That shot
Everybody hates Angela.
not only hurt yourself, it sounded pretty much anything within a 240 radius.
Oh fuck! I wasn't thinking that far ahead.
So as soon as that
You
shot
weren't thinking that far ahead?
echoes
I
out,
don't ever think.
you notice coming
Obby?
straight down from not only the trees surrounding you in this campfire, but also waking up Demi and Torvald. You are seeing a symphony of spiders starts repelling straight down from a
Not
tree.
this fucking bitch again.
Starts repelling out a full toll of wolf
Oh,
spiders.
of course.
A full toll of wolf spiders, keep in mind. Giant wolf spiders.
Oh,
No,
dude,
not
the
these guys
arachnophobic
again.
this?
Oh, dang it.
Dude, I have a very real fear of
Oh,
spiders. I
man.
fucking hate you.
I have arachnophobia too, so you can't get mad at me.
You're making both of us suffer, you bitch.
You're making yourself suffer. And us.
That's the point.
What
It's
is
called
it
Nightmare
for
Paradise. I thought y'all would have caught on to this by now.
As
My
all of
IRL
these
skin
guys,
is literally crawling.
as they all start rappelling down, surrounding all of you in these trees, a total of 10 giant wolf spiders repel straight from the trees, are now surrounding all of you. I need all of you to not only roll initiative, but also get ready for next week.
10!
10
So,
giant wolf spiders.
Oh, 10 is kind of
I got a
insane.
9 on initiative. Hang on, I'll record it in the chat.
That's a D12.
the fuck is this damn dice? I'm gonna retire this motherfucking dice.
Would you roll?
Oh no, you'll find out.
Did you roll on that one?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. You still add to it. Oh, so 2. Damn, 2!
Aren't you a dex build? You got a revolver? Aren't you a dex build?
I think he's a.
Well, I got okay. So technically, I rolled in that one, right? I have a +2 to my initiative, so I need to redo math, so it's a 3 technically.
Okay, so that's still.
We do 3. My bad. I misdid math. I'm half-assed awake. Leave me alone. I fucking hate this dice.
It'd be like
I
that.
am better.
Man, my dice has 2 levels. It's either I do good on stupid shit.
So
I
for
can't
Either
even
I
blame
do
the
really
Assassin's
good.
Creed dice
Becoming a
anymore.
god of liquor.
Like, I can't even blame my Assassin's Creed dice. It's like, that's just me. I'm the problem.
23 from Theramore. Hot damn. Let's see. What? Oh shit.
I only have a +3 to my initiative too, so you can guess what I roll.
Oh God, Becca.
Screw you.
Let's see. Torvald had a 15 plus with his dex is. I gotta look it up.
It's gotta be high because he usually has a high initiative.
He does. I think it's +6. It's either +6 or +7.
Oh, does he have a special feat or like a bonus to his race?
He's a barbarian.
Barbarians get higher initiative rolls.
Oh
just
shit!
because.
No. Correction. He rolls with advantage. That's a natural 20, so 23.
I hate
For
all of you
who?
who are rolling better than me
For
tonight.
Torvald. So his dexterity is 16. What is your dexterity, Theramore?
Mine's a 17.
Bro,
Okay, so
mine's a 15. What the fuck?
so you go first, Theramore. In a way, and I gotta roll up the other wolf spiders. But if
You go first.
But if
For a change.
But if anything, keep this in mind. 2 people are like already taking damage, but 1 is severely hurt. Because he hurt himself.
Oh, Kino, why did you do this?
Let me write all these out. But we are ending it for tonight. Next week is going to be combat.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yes,
I'm getting my spells and stuff set up.
Alright.
Oh wait, no. No, you don't change your spells.
You do
I'm
not
not
change
a-
your spells. That's right, boy.
Never mind. I'm keeping the spells that I have, and hopefully you're going to do something with them.
Also, I will say this, and it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but from what all of you had in your little ordeals in this symphony of giant wolf spiders, something magical will happen afterwards. Even if in combat something magical happens to the spiders. We don't know what will happen, but all I can just say is have a good day, a good night, and never let your nightmares overcome you. Goodbye.
Alright, bye-bye.
Unless you don't like
Bye-bye.
spiders, then you're in my boat.